Huh?
The 2024 भी आएगा हमारे।
So first we are starting with the 2024 structure. Okay, all four we are going to do. One by one we'll do and check. Okay.
इस पे ना
Yeah. First start the first structure. Okay. Still doing first structure?
Yes.
Finish?
Yes.
Okay. The following figure represents several ecosystems that associate a reservoir of water. Okay. The food chain found in the environment accompanying this paddy field is indicated below. Grass plant, grasshopper, eaten by the myna. Okay. In which organism does the large amount of agrochemicals applied to the paddy field concentrate?
Mine only.
Hmm. So it will be there in the grass plant, from grass plant to grasshopper, then to myna. Yeah, it's the myna there. Further away from the food chain will accumulate more chemicals. What is the process that makes the grass plant act as the producer?
Grown.
Because it conducts photosynthesis, right? Photosynthesis, and it is a autotrophic organism producing their own food. That's why it's a producer. Okay. Photosynthesis, autotrophic organism. Those are the answers expected. Growing of algal varieties as a green colored layer floating on the surface of this reservoir has been taking place for a certain period of time. So what name is this condition known?
Eutrophication.
Eutrophication. Lot of times this has been questioned. So what is the type of ion causing this condition? PO4 3 minus. Charge is 3 minus. PO4 4 oxygens. Okay. That's the main ion causing this.
Eutrophication cause, no?
No, NO3 minus and PO4 3 minus, nitrates and phosphates. You know, polyatomic ions, those. The graph below indicates several curves relevant to various variations associated in this reservoir within a period of several months. Which curve corresponds to the growth of algae in the reservoir? So what happens in eutrophication? Growth of algae?
Increasing.
Increase, no? So which? No, A, no? No, algae growth is increasing and after they die, no? Isn't it, for the competition? So B is the ideal one, yeah. Which curve represent the oxygen concentration? That reduce, no? Oxygen concentration reduces. Yeah. Describe, yeah, it is C. Briefly, the reasons for the assumption of respective shapes by the two curves selected for A and B. So why do you take that? Why do you are selecting? Now for the A1, why did you select the curve B?
Because the growth rate is increase.
Yeah, increase, and now in A and B both are showing increase now, but still you choose the B. What is the main reason? One is algae growth increase, yeah. But after that, what happened? Due to the competition, many of the algae die. So that's what, can you see the curve B is increasing and stopping. Okay. So you have to tell algae growth increases, but algae are dying due to the over competition.
So that marks, so 2 marks.
Yeah, it has to be 2 marks. I don't have the mark separation. I'll see to it, okay? In the B part. B part is what? The curve corresponds to the oxygen concentration of the reservoir, no? So why do you say oxygen concentration reduces?
When algae growth increase, the oxygen concentration also will decrease.
Why it decrease? Why do you think the reason? So they will utilize oxygen to make energy, no? Isn't it? They'll make oxygen to produce their energies. Therefore, there can be a decrease in the oxygen concentration. The algae is basically utilizing the oxygen. Okay. Two environmental problems that would emerge because of the presence of lime clean in this location. What do you think lime clean is?
What is that?
Lime clean means that is limestone. Okay, calcium carbonate. Okay. So two environmental problems that would emerge because of the presence of lime clean in this location. So due to the presence of limestones, what consequences can happen?
The that temperature change.
One is what happens, health risk,
Hmm.
isn't it?
Yes.
Because now that's mixing with, sometimes it can come with the drinking water
Hmm.
and also affect it. One is health risk. What else? But they're asking two environmental problems, no? Mm. So that is the contamination of the water.
Hmm.
Okay, water contamination you can take. What else?
That the soil is being polluted.
Yeah, it can also affect the soil texture, right? Yeah, those things you can
Temperature
take.
change is not.
Temperature change, no. Okay. Water contamination, change in soil textures. Now, if there are changes in the soil texture, it can affect the agriculture also. Now, they have given some organisms. A unicellular organism likely to be present in a sample of water taken from the reservoir. What is the organism?
C1.
Frog? Frog is unicellular, no, no.
Hmm.
Unicellular organisms
Amoeba.
are microorganisms, they are amoeba. D.
Hmm.
A non-flowering plant.
F1.
F. Selaginella is non-flowering. Non-flowering seedless plants, no? Animal belonging to phylum Annelida that would be found in wet soil associated with the reservoir.
A.
Belong to phylum Annelida is A. Yeah. Okay. A plant with an underground stem.
Hmm.
B. Colocasia. A vertebrate having a thin, moist, glandular skin that would be encountered in this ecosystem. Frog. No?
Yeah.
Glandular skin. Moist glandular skin is there for amphibia group. Clear?
Hmm.
Okay, now start the second structure.
Hmm.
This is the second one. Nucleic acids are a main type of biomolecules contained in living matter. So structural unit of nucleic acids are nucleotides. In addition to carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, other two elements that are necessarily contained in nucleic acid. Phosphorus is also there, okay? Phosphorus, nitrogen is also there in nucleic acids. So what are the two types of nucleic acids? DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA. What's the structural difference of them?
DNA is deoxyribonucleic acid. RNA is ribonucleic acid.
That's the full form, no? I'm asking a structural difference. So DNA, you know, it is double-stranded, right? Do you have them in the textbook about double-stranded thing?
No.
Or else you can tell about the bases. You don't have about the bases also? Right, let's check. You can tell the sugar molecule, right? Do they say about the sugar molecule? DNA has deoxyribose and RNA has ribose. They would have mentioned at least one thing. Okay, let's see. No, no. They have told DNA and RNA. Yeah, they have not tell about those things. So you can tell is the only information they have given is DNA is made up of deoxyribonucleotides. RNA is made up of ribonucleotides. So that is the structural difference you have to tell. Okay. DNA made up of deoxyribonucleotides.
We write deoxyribonucleotide as well.
What did you write?
Just I wrote DNA is deoxyribonucleotide and RNA ribonucleotide.
Acid. No, you have to tell nucleotide.
Okay.
If acid means wrong, RNA is made up of ribonucleotide. So that is the only structural difference. They are talking in all other things. Yeah, no, they have not told. So that's the only structural difference you can tell. Okay, because they have not tell anything else. No? Now B part, is it photosynthesis? Yeah. What is the observation you can see after some time?
The oxygen going the bright.
No. In the setup, what's the oxygen? I mean, what's the observation? Evolution of gas bubbles. That what you told is after. Okay, that's after collecting the gas. What is the test you should do to arrive at a conclusion from the observation in one above? First one, they are asking what is the observation that can be made after some time setting up this apparatus, that is the evolution of gas bubble. What test should be done to arrive at a conclusion? Then you have to do that. You have to insert a glowing splint so that it will relight, no? So when it relights, you can confirm that it is oxygen. Okay. So what is the conclusion you are making from that test? Oxygen gas is released. Okay. You have to use proper terms. Oxygen gas is released during photosynthesis. When some soda water is mixed to the water in the beaker while arranged is set up, the time to make the observation decreases. State the reason. So now here they are telling if you mix some soda water, what is there in soda water? Soda water have dissolved carbon dioxide. Okay, that's there in your grade 11 third unit, I guess. They talk about soda water and how carbon dioxide dissolve in it. So if you are putting soda water means what you are doing? You are increasing carbon dioxide in water. When carbon dioxide increases, what happens to the rate of photosynthesis?
Rate of photosynthesis
Also increase. So they are telling the time taken for the observation decrease, correct? No? Quickly you can get the gas. So what is the reason for that? So how can you tell the reason? Increase of carbon dioxide. Increase of carbon dioxide, which lead to increase of photosynthesis. Understood?
Yes.
So that's why the time was decreased. That means reaction happens faster. C part. C part is several, so it's a very easy structure is actually. Several main tissue types found in the human body are given below: epithelial tissue, connective tissue, and skeletal muscle tissue. Which of the above tissues are present in each of the following? In blood, connective tissue. Wall of the urinary bladder, epithelial tissue. Wall of the urinary bladder, yeah, epithelial. Epidermis of the skin, that's also epithelial, no? Not skeletal muscle tissue. The nervous tissue has three types of neuron. The type of neuron transmitting impulses from receptor to central nervous system, sensory neuron. From central nervous system to effector, motor neuron. Interneuron is in middle. Okay. Giving is sensory neuron. Giving to the effectors is motor neuron. Now start the third one. Third structure, the figure indicates the places occupied by 5 elements belonging to the first 3 periods of periodic table. So nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, you should write in the ascending order of their electronegativity. So who is higher? You have to write small to big, no? Who is the smallest electronegativity?
Ascending big to small.
Yeah. Ascending small to big. So first nitrogen, then oxygen, then fluorine. Then ascending order of the first ionization energy. First ionization energy, if you take, there's a pattern, no? This is how the pattern is coming. Okay. Notice. So you can see in the, do you remember that pattern, right? In the across the period ionization energy. Is it continuously increasing? No. Okay. Done. So lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So this is how the pattern goes. Okay, can you see? From nitrogen, it is reducing to oxygen. After that, it is increasing to fluorine. So who's highest?
Fluorine.
Fluorine. Lowest?
Oxygen.
Oxygen. So oxygen lowest, next nitrogen, next fluorine. From the elements given, select the elements in which there are multiple bonds between the two atoms of their free molecules and draw the Lewis structure of their molecules in the boxes given below. So, what you have to do? From the elements given, select the elements in which there are multiple bonds between two atoms of their and draw the Lewis structure of their molecules in the boxes given below. So you can draw N2, okay, because N2 has 3 bonds, okay. Nitrogen, nitrogen, okay. It has 3 bonds and one nitrogen will have 1 lone pair. You can also draw O2, okay. Double bond between oxygen and each oxygen has 2 lone pairs. What did you draw?
I just draw this only.
Which one? They are telling to draw what? Lewis structure, no? Structure means you can't put cross diagram, okay? Structure means the bond has to be indicated by line. And only a lot of lone pairs are not coming. See, the structure shall be like this. The figure indicates a representation of the dot and cross structure of a molecule formed by the elements N, H, and Cl. So what is X? It's hydrogen. It has only 2 bonds, no? Is it?
Nitrogen.
Z is chlorine because it has 7 lone pairs. Can you see? Y is nitrogen. So in isotope, what is the subatomic particle differ in number?
Electron, no?
Neutron. Neutron changes. Electron and proton will be the same. How many types of chlorine molecules with different masses exist in naturally occurring chlorine? So it's 2, no? Since you have 2 isotopes, you have 2 chlorine molecules with different masses. Because one chlorine's mass number is 35, other one is 37. Now next. X and Y are 2 metals. X and Y are not their standard symbols. Observations made during 2 reactions involving metal X are summarized as below. Now X is reacted with HCl. It's forming a solution and a gas. Okay, then X has to be a metal. Okay. So when you put potassium ferricyanide solution, it's blue color. So potassium ferricyanide give blue color with what? With Fe2 plus, no? Yeah. Now X with copper sulfate is giving you a solution and a reddish brown solid. Okay. So now we have to identify X, Q, and Y and write either their true name or the chemical symbol. Now X has to be a metal because metal with acid can give a colorless gas. Therefore, Q has to be the hydrogen gas. Okay. Then they are asking X. Potassium ferricyanide, blue colored solution means definitely it has to be iron. So X has to be iron. Okay. Fe. What do you think Y is? When Fe is reacted with copper sulfate, okay, now if X is Fe, okay, if iron reacts with copper sulfate, so iron is more reactive than copper, no? So iron can take the sulfate and leave out copper. So that reddish brown solid is what? Copper. Y is copper. How do you identify the gas Q experimentally? So hydrogen gas, how can you identify? You have to insert a lighted splint. What's the observation? Burns with pop sound, remember? You have to insert a lighted splinter, not glowing. It has to fire. Then what happens? It burns with a pop sound. Then we can say that it is hydrogen gas. In simple cell constructed using the two metals X and Y, X is the, now what is X? X is iron. Y is copper. So what will be the anode?
X what? X is?
X is iron. You identified, did you? X is iron, yeah. Y is?
Y is
Did you correct your answers?
Y is copper, no?
Yeah. Write the correct answers, okay? X is iron,
Okay.
Fe. What is Q?
U is very correct.
That's hydrogen gas.
Okay.
I was telling that all the time. So to identify Q only, they have asked a test, no?
Yeah.
So what is that test?
Hydrogen gas takes that burns with the pop sound, no?
Yeah.
So,
So you have to insert a lighted splint. It will burn with a pop sound. Write the correct answers.
okay.
Did you write?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, see Roman number 3, tell me. Now you can do the Roman number 3. What is X is what? Iron, no?
Yeah.
Y is copper. So who will be the anode?
X is anode. So X
Yeah.
is anode.
Because more reactive, no?
Y is cathode.
Y cathode, okay. But they're asking only X. You have to
X.
underline, okay? And electric. So what is flowing from X to Y?
To Y.
Current or electrons?
Electron.
Yeah. Anode to cathode, electrons are going. But current goes cathode to anode. So here electrons. Understood?
Yeah, for that, Roman number 3, how many one?
I don't have the breakdown of the marks. It has to be 2, I guess. Each 1 mark. Okay. Yeah, now complete the 4th one. I'll check whether the marking is there.
Fourth one.
Yeah, do that. Okay, you have been assigned to construct a circuit to measure the potential difference across an electric bulb and the current flowing through it. The instruments which should be used for this are indicated below. So what is A?
Ammeter, no?
Ammeter. B?
Voltmeter.
Voltmeter. C?
C,
That's a switch.
Hmm.
Okay. So for that, each one mark. Okay. Roman number 2. Use the standard symbols and draw in the following to incomplete circuit diagram ABC across the points. Okay. Now you have to put A. A is the ammeter. So where can the ammeter come?
Uh,
Ammeter you can put between R and S, so T and U. Have you drawn the circuit? Can you show me?
C, D,
You have not completed, no? Yeah, voltmeter is across the bulb. That's correct. So you have to complete the circuit. So what can come between R and S?
Ammeter can come.
Ammeter or switch. Ammeter, okay. Then if you put the ammeter there, between T and U, you have to put the
Voltmeter.
switch.
Oh.
Voltmeter you have put no already. Voltmeter is across the bulb. Okay. So for that 3 marks, you'll get 1 for the voltmeter. So how instrument A is connected?
Series.
Series. How B is connected?
Parallel.
Parallel. Extra device that should be connected to the circuit to increase or decrease the brightness of the bulb?
Here put resistor.
Correct. It's a resistor. If you put a greater resistance, you can decrease the brightness. If you put a lower resistance, you can increase the brightness. Now for that mark, for Roman number 3, A part 1 mark, B part also 1 mark. Then B part now. Explain why water has to be stirred in this experiment.
For
that is to maintain stable temperature. Okay. Or uniform temperature. To maintain uniform or constant temperature, only we are using that for that 1 mark. Roman number 2, following graph indicate how thermometer readings are varying with time. Okay. Now part AB, what is the temperature variation?
the temperature is increasing.
Increase. 1 mark for that. Now why temperature is now what is this practical? They are putting a heated iron bowl to the beaker, water beaker, right? So why temperature increases?
Okay, I wrote by body mass, but so no.
No, here what's happening in this practical? What are they doing?
They are heating up an iron.
No, dropping a piece of heated iron for a water beaker. That means you have a vessel with water and you're putting a heated iron. So why the temperature is increasing? The heated iron is releasing the heat, no? Isn't it?
Yeah.
From where the heat is coming? From the iron. When you put the piece of heated iron to the water, what will happen to the water's temperature?
It will increase, no?
It will increase, yeah. So the reason is the release of heat by the iron. So point B is what? Maximum temperature attaining thermal equilibrium. So at one point, they will reach equilibrium, no? Both of them will have the same temperature. Part B, see what's happening?
It again increasing, decreasing.
Decreasing. So what do you think the reason is?
That decreasing of heat.
The reason they are asking for decrease. Loss of heat. Okay. Now you got heat from the iron. Again, heat can be lost, right? It won't be staying in that high temperature. It will again come down to the room temperature. So loss of heat by water. So for that also 1 mark. Okay, each 1 mark. Yeah. So now we are done with the 4 structured essays. We can start the MCQ. Yeah. Can you do the,
You got anything for?
yeah, all 40 we have to do.
What?
Now it's 3:15, no?
Yes.
Yeah, 3:15 to 4:15. You have 1 hour. If you finish before that, we'll start the discussion. Okay.
Hello.
I gave time to do the 2024 O-level science paper. Now I'm starting its discussion. Yeah, first one. To which of the following tissues? Wait. If you have earlier done means like whoever joined now, you can see the discussion. Okay, now we'll start the discussion. To which of the following tissues does the cell type stone cells belong?
That's the first one.
Stone cells are actually in the sclerenchyma, no? You remember sclerenchyma has sclerenchyma fibers and stone cells. Therefore, fourth one. Pair of vector quantities,
Fourth one.
velocity and displacement. Which of the following is the element that acts as an intrinsic semiconductor? What do you mean by intrinsic? That is a pure semiconductor without doping. Okay. So that's silicon, third one. Which of the following indicates the symbol of the elements zinc, sodium and silver?
Third one.
Third one, zinc. Silver's, silver, the symbol is Ag. Select the option that correctly indicates the scientific name of plant mango.
Second one. No?
Second one, it has to be italicized when printed and first has to be capital. Which organelle of the cell transmit the hereditary characteristic from generation to generation?
Nuclear.
Nucleus. Atif, are you seeing this? Have you done these questions before? Can you hear me? Okay. Then you also tell the answers. You can unmute and speak. From which of the following structures in the ovaries of the female vibra an ovum is released? That is the Graafian follicle. Graafian follicle releases the ovum. The remaining part of the follicle only become corpus luteum and corpus albicans. Primary follicle develop into a Graafian follicle and Graafian follicle release the ovum. Then eighth one. Cutting a yam with a well-sharpened knife. The reason for this is?
Second one, the ability of greater pressure. No?
Yeah. Why do you say second one? Atif, you also have to answer me.
Because cutting it and apply more force only. You can
No,
cut.
here the thing is sharpened knife. When you sharp the knife, the tip is becoming less area. Now, whenever you have like less area, you have greater pressure. You can apply more pressure. Okay, that's the thing. Formula of the compound formed by the element X with oxygen XO. Now, XO, it has formed the compound. Now, you can see oxygen's valency is what? 2. Now, X valency also has to be 2. Then only it can get cancelled and join as XO. Now, we have found the valency of X, which is 2. While the formula of compound Y is with sodium, it is forming what? NaY. So, here Na valency is what? 1. Y also has to be 1. Then only 1 and 1 get cancelled and can form NaY. Now, what is the combination of X and Y? That is valency of X is 2. Valency of Y is 1. Then if you interchange, third one. Yeah, XY 2. It's Azan. We'll wait for a minute. Which are the following options? Yeah, so ninth one, the answer is what? Third one, okay, XY2. 10th one, path the food passes from A to G in this system respectively. How?
Just the passes through the stomach.
Stomach, yeah,
After
that is A.
after that to the pancreas.
It
The
doesn't
small-
go to the pancreas. Yeah, small intestine starting point, duodenum.
Yeah,
Okay,
duodenum,
D.
after that small intestine, after that large intestine. Am I correct?
Duodenum also small intestine part, okay? So D, first has to be D. Then E and F. Must answer. Third one.
Third one.
D, E, F, yeah. 11th one, if a little food is taken out from the sites A and D, and pH papers were put into them separately, the pH values which correspond with the color change occurring in them respectively. Now they have taken from A. A, what do you think the pH will be?
Food.
Now what is secreted in the stomach when food comes?
Oxygen, hydrochloric.
Hydrochloric acid. Acid means pH has to be?
Decrease.
No, less than or more than 7.
Hydrochloric acid means less than 7. No?
Yeah, it has to be less than 7. Then it should to be 3.5. No?
Yes.
Now when you come for D, what happens is, D also it will be acidic but a bit less acidic. So 3.5 and 4 only it has to be.
Yeah.
Second one.
D1 also, that is hydrochloric acid.
No, but still the food will have acid mix, no?
Mm.
But it will be a bit like less acidic. That's why. Either it has to be 1 or 2 only the answer. It's 2. False statement about the resistance of a metallic conductor. Depend on temperature.
Yes.
Yeah. Directly proportional to length. Yeah, when length increase, resistance increase. Inversely proportional to area of cross section. That's also correct. When area of cross section increase, resistance decrease. So what is false? The fourth one. It doesn't depend on the potential difference. 13th one. 2 samples of the gases collecting they have given. So first one, carbon dioxide, you can do with the downward displacement of air. No, upward displacement of air you can do. Hydrogen you can do by the downward displacement of air. Okay. Fourth one, yeah. Carbon dioxide, upward displacement of air. Hydrogen, downward displacement of air. Not a property of synthetic linear polymers. Synthetic means produced ones, not natural. Okay. So what is not a property?
Easy biodegradable.
Yeah, they won't be biodegradable, no? But we can make biodegradable ones. They are combustible, insulators, resistant to acids. We have to check that. Hold on. So this is there in the polymer lesson, no? Grade 11, part 2. We just go to it. So the properties, it is there in page number 162 of grade 11 part 2.
Grade 11 part 2.
Yeah. They can be electrical insulators, resistant to fire, electrical insulators, resistant to heat, electrical insulators. They don't tell about a biodegradable thing, no? So some can resist acids also. Yeah, so we have to go for biodegradable. First one. Okay. 15. The block diagram indicates some main stages, a route of from an electric power station to houses. Okay, now here you can see at A what's happening. You can see 11 kilovolt is going for 220 kilovolt. That is Step up.
Step up.
B.
B is step down, no?
Step down. For house.
I think step down.
Step down. Which chamber of the human heart has the thickest wall?
Left ventricle.
Left ventricle, yeah, because it is pumping blood through the aorta. 17. The wastewater released by a factory was passed through a packing of solid substance X as shown in the figure before emptying into the environment. Yeah, so which of the following statement can be true about the wastewater and X?
So wastewater is basic and
Now wastewater, what's the pH?
2.1.
Acidic or basic?
Basic.
Acidic.
Less than 7 acidic, no? Remember that, don't count less than 7 acidic. More than 7 basic.
Basic.
7 is neutral. Okay.
7.
So wastewater is acidic. Then when that wastewater going through a material called X, its pH has increased. Can you see? 2.1 to 6.8. Then some basic substance should be there in the X. Then only it can increase the pH, no? So what do you think X is? X has to be limestone. It can make it less acidic.
Everybody can,
Yeah. 18th one. When the cap of a bottle of soda water is open, carbon dioxide gas bubbles are liberated. Moreover, carbon dioxide gas bubbles are liberated faster when a bottle of soda water kept outside the refrigerator is opened than when a bottle of soda water kept inside a refrigerator is opened. According to these observations, okay, so under which of the following could it be control the solubility of carbon dioxide increases?
the high pressure and low temperature, no?
Yeah, now temperature lower means solubility increases. That is only for gases. Okay. High pressure also increase the gas solubility. Second one. Which of the following statement is true about the images formed by a plane mirror?
Laterally inverted, no?
Laterally. A telecommunication satellite is orbited at a height of 36,000 km from the level of Earth. They are asking the time taken in seconds for a radio wave sent by a transmit station on the Earth to reach the satellite. So from the Earth, they are sending to the satellite, no? So what is the equation to find time?
Maybe.
Speed equals distance over time. Then time equals
Time equals speed over distance.
distance over speed.
Distance.
Okay, time goes up, speed comes down. So in the numerator, you should have what? Distance.
Distance.
Denominator, you should have the
Time.
speed.
Speed.
Okay. So what is the distance? 36,000 kilometers. Speed is what? 3 into 10 to the power 8. Then down you should have what? 3 into 10 to the power 8, no?
Yes.
So then 1 and 4 only possible, isn't it?
Yes.
We can cut 2 and 3. Out of 1 and 4, tell me what's the answer?
Out of 1 and 4, I think first, no?
Now 36,000 kilometers. But the speed, can you see it is in meter per second?
Yeah.
Then can you put kilometer and meter?
Yeah.
You have to convert kilometer to meter.
Meter.
How do you convert? Multiply by
Oh.
multiply by 1,000. Okay, kilometer to meter you have to multiply. Then 36,000 multiply by 1,000 means how many zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 36 into 10 to the power 7. 3.6 into 36 into 10 to the power 6. But if it is 3.6, it will be 10 to the power 7. Okay, scientific notation. Fourth answer. First one is anyway wrong, no? It can't be 36,000. You have to convert that. Clear? First 20?
Yes.
Any doubts?
No.
21. When a small amount of Benedict solution is added to a certain food, extracted and heated, no color change is occurred. When a little of dilute sulfuric acid is added to it and heated, solution turned orange. So what is this?
Benedict solution, sucrose solution. No,
Yeah, this is sucrose. Why it is not glucose?
because in glucose iodine solution is present. Am I right?
No. The thing is now see they are putting Benedict solution. Did you get any color change? No. Again you put what? Some acid. And then they are adding Benedict. Then they got the color change. Then that's sucrose. But glucose directly with Benedict will give the color change. That's why the answer is not glucose but it is sucrose. Okay. Consider the following characteristics possessed by a living species. Organized nucleus is absent, can be destroyed by antibiotics, can be pathogenic, that means can cause diseases, or autotrophic. So what are the characteristics coming for domain bacteria?
Domain bacteria is they can destroy by the antibiotic.
Yeah.
Uh,
They do they have organized nucleus?
yeah.
No, they are prokaryotes.
Yeah.
No. Organized nucleus is absent. Okay. Can be either pathogenic or autotrophic. Pathogenic means can cause diseases. Autotrophic means some bacteria can carry photosynthesis. So fourth one. 23. Metals P and Q react with dilute acids liberating hydrogen gas while the metal R does not liberate hydrogen with dilute acids. P cannot displace Q from a solution. Now P cannot displace Q from a solution of a salt of Q. Now that means when you have a salt of Q, P cannot displace Q it seems. That means Q is more reactive than P, no? That's why P couldn't displace the Q. Now P and Q are reacting with dilute acids and giving hydrogen gas it seems. Then they are very strong metals. But R is not liberating hydrogen with dilute acid. That means it's a low reactive one. R is less reactive than the other two. So what is the sequential order? So who is more reactive? Q.
Q.
Second, P. Last is R. That's how they will be there in the activity series, high to low. Clear?
23rd what?
Second one.
Second.
An arrangement named A has been introduced into a well-stoppered plastic bottle filled with water so that it floats immersed. When the bottle is squeezed at its middle, the arrangement A moves down the bottle. The reason for this is,
That increasing the weight.
now what are they doing? They are squeezing the bottle in the middle.
Yeah.
So due to that, that setup is moving down.
Down.
Now why it is floating? Due to what? Due to upthrust,
Okay.
right? If it is going down means upthrust has to reduce.
Yeah.
Because upthrust only pushing the object upward.
Yeah.
But if the object going down means upthrust has to decrease. So that's the possible answer. Decrease. Now nothing happened to the volume or pressure. We didn't change them, no. Weight increase is not possible, no. We didn't do anything for the setup inside, right? We just squeezed it. 25. Given below are three statements relating to motion of waves. Transverse waves travel in a direction perpendicular to the direction of vibration of particles in medium. Is that correct?
Yeah, right. Transverse wave parallel.
Yeah. No. That's correct. Yeah. A is correct. Longitudinal waves can travel in free space.
Oh, that is in electromagnetic.
No, electromagnetic waves, they travel in speed of light in free space. So this one also can, right?
Okay.
Let's see, will you? But they are telling about traveling in free space, no? We didn't talk about the longitudinal waves, no? Electromagnetic waves travel at same speed in any medium. No, vacuum only they go in same speed. So even B is not correct. We can't talk about like that, no?
No.
Because longitudinal waves are mechanical waves, no? So mechanical waves, what? They need particles to travel, no? So obviously they can't go in a vacuum. Okay? B is wrong. 25 first one. 26. Of the two solutions A and B, no color change occurred when a few drops of phenolphthalein was added to a solution. When equal volume of solution A and B of equal concentration were mixed and allowed to react, an aqueous solution of C was obtained and its pH was 7. The A, B, C could be respectively. Now what are they doing? They, of the two solutions A and B, no color change occurred when you put phenolphthalein.
Yeah.
Then phenolphthalein is not giving color change. Phenolphthalein with acid it is colorless. Okay. But with bases it is giving pink color. But if A and B giving no color change means A and B, can it be a base?
No.
No. So then C has to be NaOH. Okay. When equal volumes of A and B, but they are allowing to react A and B, right? And it's giving a aqueous solution C with pH 7. Phenolphthalein is added to A.
Yeah.
Okay. Then A is the acid. No color change. A is acid, B is the base. Okay. Then C has to be sodium chloride, first one.
First one.
Yeah, 26 first one. Carbohydrate product first formed during photosynthesis stored temporarily in chloroplast and so what is the order? First produced is what? Monosaccharide.
Yeah.
So glucose.
Glucose convert starch convert to fructose.
Yeah. Then monosaccharide, polysaccharide, disaccharide. 28. When the switch SC is closed in this circuit?
That A and C are not right.
Yeah, A and C only light up. Because in B you can see the diode is connected reverse, no? 28 third one. 29. The number of autosomes and sex chromosomes that can be present in a human ovum. Now ovum is what? Haploid or diploid?
Ovum. Haploid, no?
It's haploid. Then how many chromosomes it will have?
23, no?
23. Out of 23, one will determine the sex chromosome, that is X. Because females is X, no, ovum is the female gamete. So what is the autosomal chromosome? 22.
22.
So it can't be 23 and Y or 23 and X. Okay? Because it's wrong, no?
Yeah.
22 and X. But they have given all for this because you might not, because teachers wouldn't have teach this much deep, right? We never taught it this way, no? Therefore, scheme is giving all marks for this. But the correct answer is second one. Okay?
So, first one also, all marks or
which one?
First question also all marks, no.
Why all marks?
No.
I don't think. Is it all marks? Have they given all?
We don't have one, two, let's sing that out and
We'll see. Yeah, it's like written all, but we can answer that. Sclerenchyma has fibers and stones. Okay. 30. What is the option that correctly indicates how the curvature of the diaphragm and volume of thoracic cavity change when inspiration occurs in the inspiration? Now, during the inspiration, what happens to the volume of the thoracic cavity?
volume of thoracic cavity
Increase. Diaphragm has to decrease. Third one. 31. The power of an electric heater is 1000 watt. Amount of electrical energy spent when this heater is operated for about 2 hours. Did you all calculate? They are asking in kilowatt hours, no?
Kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
2 kVA.
Power into time, no? 1000 into 2. That is 2000 watt hours. 2000 watt hours means 2 kilowatt hours. Second one. So basically, you have to multiply the power into time. Okay. Cathodic protection of iron. What metal you can use?
They are asking the anode and cathode. No. Cathodic protection.
Yeah, a metal you can protect the iron. So you have to use a metal with higher than the iron in the activity series.
Zinc.
Zinc. 33. The force exerted vertically upward on a rocket of mass m due to combustion of fuel is r. If g is the acceleration of the gravity, the acceleration with which the rocket moves is. So there is a upward force, what? R. Downward force, you have what? Weight. What is the weight?
Weight is
Weight equals what?
mg.
Mg. So here the weight is mg. So up you have R, down you have mg. What is the resultant force?
Weight. Resultant force is
Upward you have force R. And the rocket is moving up. Okay. Down you have mg. How will you take the resultant force when it is opposite directions? You have to subtract, right? Isn't it?
Yes.
When two forces are opposite direction, to find the resultant, you have to subtract. Same direction means what do? You are adding. So here what is the resultant then? R minus mg. Because R is greater because rocket is going up, no, not down. So the resultant force is what? R minus mg. That is the force now acting on the rocket. How do you find the acceleration?
Acceleration.
What is the equation to find?
Acceleration, velocity over time.
No, now here we don't know velocity. No, you have to use the other one. F equals
F equal
ma.
ma.
How can you find A?
A is anti-clockwise direction. Plus we have to.
No. F equals ma. Force equals to mass into acceleration. So if I take mass down, F over m is acceleration, no?
Yeah.
Did you understand?
Yes.
Okay. So acceleration is equal to force over mass.
No.
So what's the force now?
Uh,
R minus mg.
R
We
minus-
found it, right?
Mm.
The resultant force acting on the rocket. What is the mass? M. Then what's the answer?
R minus mg.
Mg over m. First one. Is that clear? Any doubt? If not clear, I'll tell again. Okay?
Again, can you explain?
Okay. So now we have the equation F equals ma. Now here they are telling you to find the acceleration. To find acceleration, you need force and the mass. Force over mass is equal to acceleration. Now to find the force. Now they are telling that R is acting upward. Okay, a force exerted vertically upward on a rocket is R. So upward R is acting. Then naturally there is weight, no? Obviously weight of the rocket is what? Mg. That is acting downwards. So there are two forces now acting, and always what happens when you have multiple forces, they will cancel out and give what? Resultant force.
Yeah.
Resultant force always it's there. Same direction means you will add to find. Now let's say I am giving 2 Newton and 3 Newton for an object in same direction. Then what's the resultant? 5, no? 2 plus 3. If I give them in opposite direction, 3 minus 2, 1. Likewise, here you have not in numbers, you have in symbols. R upward and mg downward.